Okay, one last, before they leave, we have here Gary Wang. And we have here Marc van der Chijs. Chijs.
Yeah.
Two partners in crime who met each other, I guess, where? In China?
Yeah. At the Formula One race, actually, 3 years ago in Shanghai. The first Formula One race there.
Yeah. And why? What was interesting about Gary?
Well, he's a smart guy. He likes to drink beers. We both are a little bit entrepreneurial, so I guess then you find each other. Huh? That's how things go.
Yeah, and Marc, you
haven't registered yet.
No, he just got married. I did as well, but
But Marc, you were CFO of Chrysler, Daimler. That doesn't sound like a very entrepreneurial spirit.
No, at that time I quit long ago already. I was already doing a lot of other things. I quit actually. I worked at Daimler Chrysler as a financial controller.
Yeah.
Until 2002, and I met Gary in 2004. So it's already 2 years of entrepreneurial experience behind me. And that's how we met. And,
What do you remember of this Dutch guy when you met him? What were you doing at that time? You studied in America, I believe?
Yeah, I was back in China already. I was working for the German media company, the Bertelsmann Group.
Bertelsmann, yeah.
That's how I met Marc through his wife. We're both there, and I generally don't find those big gatherings too interesting because I'm not exactly a very sociable person, I would say.
You're not a sociable person. You gave me the impression otherwise, but
really, okay. Well, that's I don't find too many people to be interested in.
Your brain is not stimulated enough by people.
I found Marc after a couple of beers, very soon. Maybe it's just because of beer. So then we started drinking. Well, it's just. Whole afternoon.
How old were you then?
Well, I was like 30. Yeah, about 30. Yeah.
About 30.
Turn 30. Yeah.
Okay, and so then you say let's start a video upload. So how did that idea come about?
No, it was actually from Marc, and we were talking. We went to a golf game together, and on the way back, there were actually 3 of us in the car, and Marc was driving, and the other guy, Neil was driving.
Yeah.
Neil was driving. So he was talking about podcast. Which just came out. Just came out like 2 weeks ago, as a word.
A CFO of Daimler who talks about podcasts. Yeah, you were not a CFO, but as a background, that's amazing. Yeah.
Right. And then we thought, okay, that's something cool. Why don't we do something along the line of podcast, but something could be interesting, different, big kind of business. And then that's how things were born, basically.
So was it started as a podcast, or was it started as a video upload, or?
It was a video upload from day one.
Yeah, and wasn't broadband very expensive at that time in China? Did not very few people have the money to buy that, and was not totally dominated by telcos, which were even more horrible than ours?
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, even today, it's a lot more expensive.
More
right?
expensive?
And if you do it by comparative income,
it's way more expensive. Yeah. But how much do I pay for ADSL in China?
In China, that's about 130 RMB, about 13 euro per month. 13.
One
free?
Yeah.
So it's actually very cheap.
Is it?
But it's comparatively.
But the income, right?
Yeah, comparatively income is. Okay, so then you started a website, and he basically, what was your division of labor between the two of you? What did you do, except for coming up with the idea of doing podcasting?
Not
and
too
then
much.
going to video?
Not too much. It's
modest. Yeah.
No, it's true.
Yeah?
It's really Gary's thing. He's the guy who really made it.
So
really
what did you do? And then we'll go to Gary.
Okay, well you can ask Gary as well. Now it's we developed the idea together, and it's started to take off. And Gary is the one who's running the site, and he's the brain behind the site.
Who did the financing?
We started together. In the end, Gary finalized it.
Well,
okay.
It's most of the things. Marc has always been around, and he has several businesses going at the same time. And more interesting ones like the comfort deal, whatever. He's a Dutch. He can't help getting his fingers on
everything, doing lots of things.
Yeah.
So you developed the idea together, and then you went after financing. I mean, and your first financing was how much?
No, we self-financed it first. It's like 100,000 euro or something. I forgot. Yeah, it's not that much. And then very soon we found funding. Then when we did very soon, like a year.
This was in
after,
2005, huh?
2005, yeah. And then we found our first C round was like $500,000, and then another 6-7 months later, we did our $8.5 million.
8.5. Oh, that's a nice progression. Okay.
Yeah. And then a few months later, we did another one, which is recent.
A few months later.
Yeah, it's always.
God, was the 8.5 million not enough for you to? You needed a couple of months later again.
Broadband is expensive.
It must be really expensive. Wow.
No,
and at the moment, how much have you invested in the company? Has
personal money?
have all these nice guys. Let's do a quick one. So here we have Bill, and Bill, but you were the latest investor, I think. You were the latest investor?
Yes, that's right. We're a part of a syndicate.
You're part of a syndicate. And what did you invest the money for? For what purpose? What?
For growth.
Yeah, was it to do the advertising platform, to put the advertising platform in place? Was that the main reason for the funding?
A number of things. So Tudou already was the market leader, and so advertising is one, and another is for Gary to grow the executive team and for operations.
Yeah, and tell me about what company you're part of and how many video upload sites have you already invested in?
Part of a fund called General Catalyst Partners based in Cambridge, Massachusetts. We have approximately $1 billion under management altogether, and we've invested, I think the last count is about 7 altogether video companies.
And how many are going to be successful?
We hope all of them.
Yeah? They're still in existence?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was the lastest VC. You have about 30 million total?
Yeah.
30 million total. And so where are you now today? I mean, if you compare yourself to YouTube...
We are, according to Bill, very knowledgeable person here. That in some indicators that we are already higher compared to YouTube.
Yeah, you say. I mean, I saw some figures. YouTube says they do 3 billion minutes a month.
We are about 1.5. From 1.5 billion.
No, but how many minutes do you really do, according to your own stats?
15 billion.
Yeah, so you do 15 billion minutes, and YouTube does 3 billion minutes.
But these numbers are never accurate.
There's lies, big lies in statistics, but you do a lot of minutes. And the main difference between YouTube is that everybody spends a hell of a lot of time on your site, huh?
That's true. About twice as long on our site. I think it's mainly due to it's different. They use Tudou for different reasons. You really go in and get the stuff that you would typically see on TV, but you get...
Because you have copyright paradise, huh?
Well, that's not exactly true. At the same time, we also have a lot of content owners who sign agreements with us. So they look at us as a more normal kind of distribution platform than we do revenue share.
More Yoast kind of thing?
Yeah, it's P2P.
They don't see you as a real illegal house they need to take down.
Interesting enough, because we are probably definitely a lot more legitimate when you compare us to the strict guys peddling DVDs and stuff like that. Sure,
that's true. At least you're easy to talk to. You're easy to make win-win appreciation. Now, if you look at the content and the minutes, how much is the user-generated stuff, and how much is the official movies and all the other stuff?
No one really knows, but it's both a lot. So we see a lot of creative things being uploaded. So it's a different kind of. You really need to dig in and see the sites and get a feel. Unfortunately, it's only in Chinese.
Yes, you basically took down the English site for us. Huh? You had an English site, but you basically you turned it down.
Yeah, no, that doesn't work well for China. So yeah.
How will the business model work?
Yeah, it's very simple. It's just like a television. It's like IPTV on demand, only it's being delivered through internet. Mm-hmm. So if you imagine, our mission statement, our business goal is anyone can access video anywhere and everywhere. Yeah. Any video.
And you pay with advertisement.
That's true.
You pay, and that's already now in place. Huh?
Exactly, already in place. So it's a typical TV model, right? So it's nothing fantastic, but when you have millions of videos sitting in servers that you can access anytime you wanted to access, that's very powerful, and that's the main thing that people are seeing right now. Video on demand, fuck it. It's not you're not gonna get it on IPTV. Right? Yeah.
When will you not need people like Bill anymore to finance the company and be able to pay for advertisement?
Very soon, very soon.
Very soon. Yeah. And what is your idea? IPO or selling to a big media magnate, or?
Well,
we'll just see how it goes.
yeah, we'll see how things go. But yeah, we're having great time. So
I can see how you think. And what do you, if you're then going to be incredibly filthy rich, what is your plans then?
Buy about 1,000 Segway, huh?
To do this in China, I think it's a great thing, you know.
Okay, they're very much happy with my little gadget, my old torn down Segway. So here we have an interesting group of entrepreneurs from China who are coming here to picnic to basically tell the story. Picnic or YouTube is nothing, you know, just go to China. In China they're nothing, but you're already much bigger. Thank you very much.
Okay.